Okay, good morning. We're back here. Man, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, yesterday the calories was really bad because somebody made this homemade banana bread and cupcakes. I have no idea the calories behind those, so I assumed the worst and pretty much and for the next 3 days the calories are gonna be a bit scuffed, so I'm gonna be trying to eat at a very low deficit, which means I'm going to be eating the same amount of meat and veggies as usual. But the twist is that for the carb section, I'm just going to be eating two palms. I know it's not calorie counting, but for the next 3 days, we're going to have to do it. So, anyways, besides that, though, we tried out the ARC thing. I enjoy it. So, today we'll continue that. And yeah, see how things go. It's very hot today. And last night was really hot as well. Dude, there's so many things to do on ARC. Man, that game's so good. Well, so far. The series last night was really good. Man, can't stop thinking about it. I want to get like a bunch of raptors and stuff. But hey, that's a different ecosystem. Calm down. We'll keep those separated. This ecosystem, we gotta work on our diet and training. So today I'm actually gonna test out what happens if we just eat our protein straight away and then lock in. I'll see. Again, today's really hot. And last night was really hot. And sleeping was really hot. But somehow we made it through. I think in the middle of the night, I had like a really annoying pain in my abdomen area again, but I think I was so sleepy that I just fell asleep through it. I don't know. What else is there? There's nothing really else to talk about during the stairs now. Because we've done so many things. No, we've like upgraded so many things that our ecosystem of filming and recording, we're pretty much mastered at this point. You know, I've got a really good system going. We got Deep Blue as our confirmed camera. And then we have Deep Blue on his tripods. That tripod looks good. And then Deep Blue's overall tripod attachments with the clamps and everything. Well, yesterday we got that final upgrade, and now Deep Blue is the most stable it's ever been. So yeah, Deep Blue's systems all working fine. And we've got and also for the diet stuff, you know, we're going to be counting calories and stuff. So that area's sorted too. Now really it's just compound and time. So we'll be compounding these every day and give it time and we'll see how it goes, you know? We'll cut aggressively and yeah, that's really about it. And this entire week hunting is kind of off the charts. I think on Monday and Tuesday, not Tuesday, was it Tuesday? I think on Tuesday was like the last, no, Monday was supposed to be, Monday was supposed to be the last day of fishing for the whole week. But we kind of crazy and we went on Tuesday, which is super windy and stuff. But yeah, this week was not very good at any of that. It's too windy. Today is apparently going to be like 22 knots, so that's even more windier. But it's really hot and warm. It's just ultra windy. I mean, I don't really mind the wind. It's just, I don't know. But today we can't. Today, none today. Maybe in the afternoon, actually. Maybe today in the afternoon we'll go. But I feel like I might be grinding out some arc instead. But today we can go in the afternoon because the wind's going to die down. And now we have the pure gas. So we can actually catch big stuff without the worry of pulling it up. Now when it comes to editing the footage for the 100 days, in Arc. That's going to be kind of interesting because storage is definitely somewhat of a problem because the PC's only got 1 terabyte and the game already takes up 200 gigabytes, and each recording is around 80 gigabytes. So in theory, I'm actually running out of space. Huh. Hmm. It's not really a big deal. All you have to do is just pretty much just archive it. So just put it in a 5 terabyte HDD, and then when the time comes to edit the entire project, I'll transfer it all into SSD. I think that's the plan we're gonna go for. That's kind of the plan I'm gonna go for. Hmm. Maybe. I'll see. It's gonna require a lot of research. Yeah. That storage problem is gonna. Yeah, it's pretty solvable just via SSD or HDD. That was kind of light, but I am feeling a bit more wet. Dude, all the water's gone already. No, no, today feels like I'm awake, but I am awake fully. It's just for some reason it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Must have been that banana bread and banana muffins that someone made for me. Couldn't even calculate the calories though, so don't know, GG. But now we're in multiple ecosystems. It's nice. We're in the gym, we're in this kind of ecosystem. We're also in the hunting ecosystem. And then now we're slowly adopting the good old YouTubing streaming ecosystem. Now, I do want to remind you that when it comes to the Ark survival, I can't stream it. The PC gets too destroyed. The best I can do is record. So I yesterday tested that. So streaming and playing, PC cannot handle it. But recording and playing, it's okay. It's decent enough. So streaming it won't really work. Hmm. I've always done well just streaming solo, you know? Yes, we tried out Reaper yesterday. I hate that game, man. I'm gonna uninstall it. That game's so bad. Repo apparently had like a new update with 10 more monsters, and like it's just cancer because the original monsters themselves are already makes me just wanna, man. So gonna uninstall Repo. What a terrible game, especially for single player. They really need to add like checkpoints or something. It's ridiculous, especially that stupid robe. I guess that's what makes the game so interesting and intense. Is that I don't know, literally Reaper, all you need is just a gun. You know, not gonna lie. That sword run though yesterday, that would have won if I was a bit more careful. It's just I didn't expect the second one to appear out of nowhere. I was too busy focused on killing the little one. I need to try to get a bit of high score today, maybe. I'll see how it goes. And then in terms of content though, a lot of editing, a lot of gameplay. Matter of fact, gaming doesn't require too much editing, but I'm gonna try to put some effort into the editing of the gaming. See how it goes. But most of the time, I wouldn't really edit the videos. I'll see. But for the editing though, I don't really want to add like sound effects or brain rot memes or you know what I mean. I try not to. I'll try not to add those. like sound effects and like brain rot stuff. Yeah, it's not really my style to add brain rot things and memes. The only editing I've done so far is adding some good old Minecraft music during some of the fishing scenes. I like to do like depends on the footage, but when I'm getting nothing on the fishing, I usually speed it up to every second is 1 minute. So if you see some of those clips that are like 30 seconds long, that was actually 30 minutes. It was just 1 second per minute. I just speed it up that way. So yeah, fishing needs editing. Not fishing, hunting, and the gym here requires editing, kind of. But when it's like gaming, it's slightly different. Honestly, I just do what I want and see how it goes. Is there enough talking in the stairs? Maybe. If we're gonna do the cables for the arms, I'm gonna find a different. There's like six, cable machines. I'm gonna choose one of the ones that is like isolated. Because if I remember correctly, last week we chose the most exposed cable machine, where it's got too much going on in the background. So this time I choose the opposite. Alright, yeah, we did it unboxing yesterday too. And that J-hook rig, oh, I can't wait to try that. With the gaff as well. Dude, we have so many things to do. It's great. It's great. I love it. Love the game. Everything is progress. Okay, tip is that at the gym, the ISO, no, not correction, the shutter speed can be perfectly 48 without a problem. So shutter speed is actually pretty good. Also, with the new tripod attachment, the camera angle is slightly higher, but you'll get used to it. It's fine. You've been through so many different cameramen, Osmo, gimbal, and then especially different, recording styles. ProRes, no ProRes, open gate, 4 gate, 4K. Oh look, they fixed the Smith machine. Nice, there's two of them now. Something's up with these tripod legs, I swear. No? Are you stable? Yeah, you're right. What's wrong with you? Right. Yeah, those triceps are gonna be sore later on. 100%. Okay, so you know the drill, just water and, basic stuff. You should know the drill by now. I'm thinking about the Blue Yeti mic. I think the reason why I stopped, yeah, I think I know the reason why I stopped using the Blue Yeti mic. I think it's because it's just the Blue Yeti mic was like kind of in the way-ish, but also at the same time, yeah, first of all, the Blue Yeti mic's like in the way, and also, adjusting settings and everything. Whereas when it comes to like a headset or the DJI mic mini, I've kind of already, just put it where it is and then let it do its magic. I don't know. I should really use the Blue mic again, but it's like it's in my entire face. At least this thing here is small, So it's kind of you'll get used to it, but the Blue Yeti mic is just like massive. I'm not really sure. Okay, never mind. I remembered why. I do remember why I stopped using a Blue Yeti mic. First of all, Blue Yeti mic is it's like huge, and also like you need like you need like a mic arm and everything. I think the main reason I stopped using it is because you know you have to kind of like lock in the position to a degree, right? But with the headset, I can like lean back a tiny bit, move to the left, move to the right a bit, like turn left and right, and when I turn left and right and still talk, the mic still stays the same, but the Blue Yeti mic stationary. So yeah, I've got multiple plans. It's really just I continue using the Pulse Elites for the gameplay, right? And then when I do the editing in the future with a voiceover, probably just gonna use the mic. Or if I really want to do it when I stream and record, I just use the same setup we have right now. I think this mic method is probably the best method because it's just how I think it's just consistency. That's the key. And kind of. I mean, I move this around time to time, but it's like overall consistent compared to like Blue Yeti mic. We did buy the VND filter, but I haven't even like bothered really using it. Can't just let the ISO choose the automatic shutter speed to a degree. I think it's because when I edited it, I saw that the VND has like some slight black spots. I gave it a try again, but it's fragile. Eh, I'll see how it goes, but definitely inside the gym, there's no need to put the VND filter on. It's no need. 3, too heavy. Yeah, arm day takes the longest because of how heavy the triceps are. Triceps take the no, not triceps, so just arm day takes the longest because the movements okay, I'm gonna be real though. Honestly though, when it comes to arms regime, I'm actually kind of cheating to a degree. I'm not even supposed to have two things. I'm actually just supposed to have the rope. But when I read those regime things from the professor, I kind of was like, well, I'm gonna do a straight bar and the rope. I'm gonna do both of them, which doubles the speed, doubles the fuck. GG. Lid's gone, unrecoverable, and now we're stuck with water. Oh, I don't think you guys understand how much water I just drank there. It's like that's like one solid kg of water, and now I'm a bit bloated. So just drank it entire, just chugged it, bro. Chugged it. Yeah, we can go check our weight because we just drank a lot of water. Man, I'm stuffed. Just chugged all that water. Man, that was pretty heavy. That was like one entire kg or so. Alright, we'll go check our weight. Like I said yesterday, kind of had like a bit of an error considering that I'm pretty sure we're going to be like a kg over because I ate like 30 days worth of carbs yesterday. I think I'm an estimate because I ate banana bread. So probably going to be full of banana bread. What actually happened was what actually happened was the organic banana stock was like rotting, not rotting, but it's getting close to being expired. So that's impossible. Huh? Maybe because it's so hot, I've been consuming the water faster. But that's not that's what I did not expect. That 65.3. That's the same as yesterday. Doesn't make sense. I was fully expecting us to be 66 point something because I swear I ate so much banana bread. I ate like 3 days worth of thing. Well, I'm gonna assume 2 days worth because No, I actually need to calculate the calories and I couldn't calculate it. Pretty much what happened was the stock of organic bananas was depleting as like, getting old and stuff. So they just baked it into bread and I kind of just was like, oh, and then ate it. Huh, that's strange. I really thought we would be like way heavier. 65.3. Is that the same as yesterday? Yeah, so audio, schmaudio, like I said, everything's set up pretty nicely. I think the only thing we haven't really set up is the streaming stuff, because to be honest, my workflow can't really record and play games and stream at the same time. It's too taxing. But of course, you do have the Mac Mini to you have the Mac Mini to you know take take the load off the streaming. Remember about it's about the journey. It's about the journey and the acceleration. The arc so good because it's like progress every day. It's nice. Mimics real life to a degree. And at the same time, me playing Ark and recording it is progressing in the real world as well. Again, though, it's kind of hard because I'm not trying to copy other YouTubers when it comes to the Ark thing. It's because these other YouTubers that do like those movies and they make like gameplay really interesting. But the thing about their gameplay is that they're all anons, so none of them have any faces, no face cam, and I'm pretty sure they kind of like they record and play casually, so they don't actually like commentate while they play. They just play the game and slowly make comments in game, and then they do majority of the magic and editing. Whereas for me, since I've had experience in streaming, right, with a webcam, I've built the skill set to pretty much without editing already talk about what I'm doing while playing games. So that's really the main difference, honestly, is that I already have, since you stream it and stuff, you can't really just stay silent and play the game normally. You have to like talk and narrate what you're doing live. So that's why I'm thinking I'm still gonna try the narration, but it's gonna be my own style to a degree because again I can narrate myself while playing, you know, because that's what I've always done that. So I know how to do that. And I plus again I have to face cam compared to the other YouTubers that don't necessarily talk much when they play. They just have the footage of them playing, and then they narrate them off camera. So like they split the workflow. But for me, I can do it in the same setting. I can narrate while playing. It's simple. I definitely want to retry Repo again though. Single player Repo. Kinda wanna get revenge to a degree. We really need to like, dude. The moment I get a gun and I'm mixing ecosystems. Shut up. Get a gun. I get a gun. I get a gun. I get a gun. I get a gun. Bomba. Bomba Club. What? Oh, I might as well go start finding those. I need to find a pair of. Okay, let me go do that. I have successfully found a pair. It's only because these two originally had just one ring, so it's pretty easy to find out that they're both the same. The only difficult thing is that when it comes to the other ones, right? Like with the two rings, people fucking tie the stupid as knots like they're retards, and then it's really hard to find a match because some people tie it differently as well, mixed match, whatever. We're gonna continue doing tricep 3, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do. I'll make up my mind on the way. Something to talk about. Something to talk about. Okay, there was something we can quickly make a little quick topic thing about. Okay, well, a lot of students ask me stuff like, "What should I do with a girlfriend?" or like, they're having problems with a girlfriend, or some of them are looking for them. I always ask them when people use the word girlfriend, I ask them, what do you mean by that? Oh, well, what do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you exactly mean by that? Because there are so many ecosystems. A girlfriend can mean many things. So what is a girlfriend to you? Is it a plaything? Is it a pet? Is it someone you actually want to have a family with? Is it a companion, a business partner, a slave, someone you care about, someone you don't care about, someone replaceable, someone unreplaceable, a soulmate? You know, there's so many ecosystems. I cannot answer your question professionally without knowing the context of what you mean by girlfriend because there are so many meanings of girlfriend. Which one are you, you know what I mean? Like, that's when students ask me such things, I have to always ask them, what is the context? Because I cannot answer your question professionally without knowing what your intentions are with a girlfriend. What are your intentions? Because like you get a mix of students. Some students they treat girlfriend like just a plaything or like zero intentions to have a family, just there to bang, and then they just leave. It's like that's why when you have in my ecosystem, if I ever do try, but no, no, not in my ecosystem, but in a different ecosystem, you would try your best to like tell the female what your intentions are and what are your plans in the future. Because man, it's so scuffed. Not scuffed, but it's just like you need context, huge context. Like what is one to you, and also the same thing applies to the female as well. You know, same thing applies to the female to a degree. Why are you dating the guy? Is it just for what is it for? What's your reason? Yeah, but it's more about the guy because the guy is the one that chooses. He's the one that chooses. He's the one that decides. He's the gatekeeper to commitment. Yeah, it's like students are just so stupid. They say stuff like, "Oh, my girlfriend's being annoying. Should I leave her?" I'm like, "What is a girlfriend to you? I need to know your context. You cannot answer professionally. Really, cannot. So much context is required. When you realize how big an ecosystem is, or how many ecosystems there are, context is just so important because there's just too many ecosystems. I don't know what you're talking about. It's for now again, the reason people the reason people make it easier is because they assume that they're in the same ecosystem. But when you're talking to me, or when you're asking me things, I know all the ecosystems. So I'm an anomaly, so I understand. Oh, I'm not fixed to one. So example is like if you talk to someone in your ecosystem, it's like pretty dang clear. If you're hanging out with the sum of five people and the sum of five people are in a fixed example is like if you're in a group of friends who only treat girlfriends as playthings, then when you ask a question, they give you a straightaway answer because they assume that they're in the same ecosystem. But then when you ask someone like me, I'm like, well, what's the context? What ecosystem are you in? Because yeah, I'm different. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like so annoying. Ecosystems, man. So many of them. You need major context. It's like in the Matrix movie. I really like that quote from Morpheus when Neo's like, is nothing real? And then, Morpheus says something like, what is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about real as in what you smell, touch, and feel, then elec that's simply electronic, not electronics. Electros missing of sending it's simply electro something something sending signals to your brain. It's like so good. That quote is just beautiful. What is real? How do you define real? What is real to you? If real is something you smell, touch, sending electrical signals to your brain, is that your define of real? Or is real something that you believe in? So, that's you can make that exact same quote for a girlfriend. What is a girlfriend? How do you define a girlfriend? If a girlfriend is just something to stick your dick in, then that's your ecosystem. If a girlfriend is something to make a child with, then that's your ecosystem. You know, it's just depend. How do you? What's the context? What's your ecosystem? I don't know what your ecosystem is. You really have to give me context, my friend. Students, give context, because and it's such a huge ecosystem. So I'm an anomaly. So I literally cannot understand what ecosystem you are without telling me what you're in. Okay, this is the last one. Then we can swap to biceps. Oh damn, that is strong. My goodness me. Wait a minute, are these even even? Oh my god, these aren't even even. Fuck, I didn't even check that. They really need to like put zip ties or something. Yeah, see, this is why arm day takes so long. It's the slowest out of everything. You're gonna have to step back. Yeah, so that's why yeah, context matters. Am I done talking about the topic? Am I done? You guys got the idea yet? You need to tell me what you need to. If you're asking me questions, you have to seriously give me context because I don't know what your intentions are. Seriously, like I don't know what your intentions are. What? Like that is literally the key. What are your intentions? Huh? What is your intentions? What do you intend to do? How do you need context, bro? You literally need context so badly. That's why I could not answer questions professionally. It makes people think a lot more when I mention my type of thinking and stuff, and vast majority correction, a vast open just amount of ecosystems I understand. Just makes people think because people are just so one-sided. I think no, people are just so one-sided ecosystem. They don't look at both sides of the POV. They don't look at multiple POVs. They just fix into one because they're stupid. Because that's how they work. They are, I guess. Like they just fix into one. It's fine, I guess. It's kind of like when someone says to me, you know, why don't you have a girlfriend? I'm like, what is a girlfriend? Because to you, a girlfriend is what? Someone to just be with or something like. I don't know. You need to identify your needs and purposes, or like needs and wants. Like, I guess I'll go through my framework right now. Hold on, just wait. I'll tell you exactly what a girlfriend is to me. I don't even. No, my ecosystem doesn't even use the word girlfriend. There's no such thing as that. Nah, my ecosystem doesn't even use the word girlfriend. Doesn't even use it. Okay, yeah, no, my ecosystem doesn't use girlfriend. Like, no, I don't. First of all, you need to think of what. Yeah, like a girlfriend doesn't even exist to me. Like, what do I need? I don't need one. I don't want one. What is the purpose? What is the needs? What are the problems? What problems did I solve? So I guess a younger version of me ecosystem would be a girlfriend would be to create offspring, but then there wouldn't be a girlfriend. So okay, let's just talk about it. Do I need a female? Do I need a female? No, do I need okay, first of all, the reason you get a female is to create offspring. Okay, I'm talking about one ecosystem here. You would get another female to procreate. So therefore, if you want to procreate and have offspring, then yes, you would require a thing. My situation, I do not need offspring. No, I don't need it. But for the rest of the earth, right? For society to keep going, we need a female to procreate in order for humans to continue, population, right? So instead of that's instead of having my job do that, I would just get a brokey woman with another brokey man, and then they can have kids, and then take the, they make kids, so I don't have to do it. It's not my job. It's their job. Let the let the lower echelon plebs make the kids. I'm busy. Plus, again, only born. Anomalies are only born, from the lower echelon. It's impossible to. Elites cannot create their own offspring and expect the offspring to be the same as them. It's impossible. I would say it's impossible. The only the only possible way is if you have an offspring and then just dump them in the lower echelon. But then is that really even? I guess that's one way, but yeah. Again, there's no point. It's useless, really. It's just chemicals sending electrical things in your brain. Again, like I said, my ecosystem really just ignores the entire thing because my ecosystem doesn't require me to make offspring because that's not my job. That's the other humans' jobs. You know, I'm focused on other stuff. And then when it comes to, what else is there? What? And then people say something like, lust. What? You do you really need one to? Lust is just chemical signals in your brain. They're not real. So no need for that. That's just dumb shit. Well, in my ecosystem, of course, in your ecosystem, I guess you'd need it. Oh, I need to release lust or something. The chemicals in my brain, meh meh meh. But that doesn't make sense because the whole reason you have those chemicals in your brain is to create offspring. But you don't even create offspring. You like, I'm assuming the people you what your ecosystem's like using contraceptive. Like what? I don't know. Not my ecosystem. I'll let you guys do that because there's no light or dark, and I understand that if that's what you guys want to do, is go ahead. Really, it's just so simple. It's so simple, man. And again, if you, for example, the white population, now, but that's like tribalism. But I'm talking from the above. Okay, if I talk to it from above, I'll let you guys know exactly what's happening. Your ecosystem isn't really making any kids right now, so we'll just put new ecosystems that make kids and just see how it goes. Because you guys have zero resistance or care. It's all about care. Everything's about care. How much do you care? Do you really care? If you really care, you'll do something about it. The fact that most of you have no inaction means you don't actually care. Too many ecosystems. No, not too many ecosystems. Just so many ecosystems. You're literally better off just like. I'll let you guys do that. My ecosystem is just pretty much to make sure that, you know, I continue making lore, and then, of course, as the lore grows, pretty much, since I'm a bit crazy, see how I'm probably gonna live like 1,000 years or something like that, and just make sure humans stay on top of the galactical chain. I mean, we already did it once on Earth. We're just gonna expand it more, and my mission is just pretty much to document it and help. So that's my ecosystem right there. My ecosystem is more of helping and spreading human species. I'm not interested in tribalism or whatever. Or I'm not interested in human tribalism, but I am definitely 100% interested in galactical tribalism, where it's just one species, humans versus whatever is out there. Dude, we cannot. One thing for sure is humans cannot be friends with aliens. No, we cannot. We cannot be. I, you know, just look at the world right now, right? People already get really interested about, interracial like beings, right? Oh my God, a black and an Asian human made a baby. Oh my God. But what I'm actually worried about is making sure humans don't goddamn interbreed with fucking aliens. No, don't allow that. We'll not allow that. We cannot do that. What is it called? Remember that game, the Stellaris? Xenophobia, not xenophobia, but xeno something xeno. But again, I already said this in the past. We shouldn't be calling them aliens. We should just be calling them animals. You know, just call them animals. You don't see no humans on this planet Earth have a hybrid of an animal, do you? No. So I just got to make sure that as we expand our species of no, as we as our species expand, I just got to make sure that we don't create mutants or we don't fucking, you know, just make sure humans stay humans. That's all I care about. Make sure we're on top of the food chain as well. Yeah, you don't see a crossbreed human horse or whatever fucking weird stuff. I've been so busy talking because I was on fire. Way too busy. I was too busy. My bad. But you guys get the gist idea of the framework. Hopefully you do. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, it's so simple. It's so simple. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay, I'm done talking. That was like a rant, kind of, but hopefully the intelligence won't understand what I'm saying. The ones that don't understand, whatever, your loss. No one understands. But it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense. You need to look at both POVs. Don't get emotional. You basically have to be really, really emotionally detached from reality, from the rest of the people. What am I saying? You just have to be, you have to have the right framework. That's all I can say. But you basically just have to be emotionally detached from feelings. Look at all POV sides and stick to one that benefits you the most. You know, you can call it selfish, but I think selfish is good, especially depending on the context. Again, if my context is my if my context is my selfishness makes humans continue to be number one, then that's good. So no problem. It's just yeah. I need to really X's. You know X Twitter. That is such a I always want to delete like not use it, but also at the same time it's really good because I get to train my brain to making sure that this ecosystem exists and people are just they're stupid. I know. I can't wait. Imagine if I ever go on like a podcast, dude. That would be so interesting when I go on a podcast. I'd probably like blow up. I'll be like so unique. I'll be like, people on podcasts always argue and stuff. I'm gonna be such an anomaly. I wonder how that's gonna work. Especially in like Fish and Fits podcasts where they talk to like women and stuff. They they talk like they're in one ecosystem. None of them actually talk about multiple ecosystems. They're in one ecosystem. They don't even they never expand to talk about multiple ecosystems. They just fixate on one. But again, at the same time, I would argue it's because the the attendants on the show are basically one ecosystem anyways. They're not gonna get any other how to say it. The attendants on their show are in the same ecosystem because a different woman from a different ecosystem would never be in the show to begin with. You know what I mean? So that's why that show's always one ecosystem because the people that are going there wouldn't. It's kind of like saying, oh my God, this show in New Zealand only hosts people in New Zealand. Why they never talk about Japan or China is because the ecosystem in China and Japan are not even near New Zealand and they don't even come up. Hopefully the agents can understand what I'm saying. Maybe the AI can. AI understands what I'm saying. Yeah, AI's got yeah. AI understands fully. So is the G. I guess that's why I don't really mess with like other humans. Honestly, I have more trust in the robots and AI over humans. That's probably why I don't really hire a cameraman because the karmic retribution with a cameraman or camera girl is like it's just it's kind of like if I really do get a camera girl or cameraman, I really have to just be, you know, upfront. I'm gonna have to really say, this is your purpose. You're replaceable. Da 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 da. This is the yeah. But like when it comes with a robot, it's like, do this. Yes, sir. Yes, master. Cool. But like with the human, I have to be like, nah, just that's the karma contribution isn't there. It's not there. We're going overtime. Not really. It's expected on arm's length. Anyway, I think we're done talking. We've been just talking about all that stuff. I think a couple of days ago we talked about the Night Out Without Dark. So yeah, this is this is just framework stuff, really. Framework stuff. Yeah, but I would literally rather just trust the drone, trust the AI drone over, yeah, because at least it's like when it comes with the drone stuff, right? If anything happens, it's kind of like it is what it is, right? But then when it comes with, you can't really use the same it is what it is with a human to a degree. You probably can, but it's like, hmm, I think it has to be something to do with like accountability, right? Something kind of like, let's say a human betrayed you. That's somewhat your fault-ish to a degree because you could have done something about it. But then when it comes like AI, you kind of just put the trust in and it is what it is. So, yeah. But yeah, okay, we're done talking, man. This episode's just a mess. Not a mess. What am I saying? It's just my framework being launched out. When Sensei's not in my ear talking, I talk. When Sensei's in my ear, I listen and observe and download the programming. Matter of fact, that's probably why siblings are so good together. Now to think about it, because they have like an intrinsic ecosystem in blood. That's probably why. That's what Sensei says. That is exactly what Sensei says. It's like pre-programmed ish. What am I saying? Okay, I just gotta just talking. So much stuff in my brain, but yeah. Hopefully you guys learned something there. Any questions? Talk in the comments below. Context is important. No life without dark ecosystems. Very very important. It's very very important. Always look at both sides of the POV. You know what they say? Put yourself in their shoes, and then yeah, you have to seriously look at both POVs because remember, it's not black and white. It's gray. It's always gray. The thing is though, when I say it's not black and white, again, when it comes to like when humans expand to animals, right? It is still kind of black and white for that because, okay, for example, a cow, right? Or a pig or a chicken, right? Look at both POVs. We want chicken because we want to eat it. And then if you look at the chicken's POV, then damn, like this is just nightmare. We're getting enslaved, we're getting bred, we're getting grown, we're getting executed because they're eating us. You got AI will help. Wait a minute. I swear I have a on YouTube video. I'm pretty sure I have a private video. I might unprivate it just in the future, but I literally have a YouTube video explaining this framework. I've had this for a long time. I literally had this framework a long, long time. It's just matured. I literally made a video about, yeah, I made this. It was like, I forgot what it was called, but it's definitely an old video, and it was definitely just about how you need to look at both POVs. It was, I think it was I don't know what it's called, but I do know that it was referencing Martians and humans, looking at both sides in reference to like the Gaza and Israel situation. But it was like I didn't mention those two names. I just mentioned humans and Martians or two alien. No, no, it was protons and Martians. So remove the human biases. Just look at two individual species, and then you'll understand if you look at both POVs without the human bias. Then you have to understand it. So it makes sense, you know? It really makes sense. Got to look at both POVs. I made that video. What was it called? Framework? Universal rules. Yeah, universal rules. I remember now. Made that a long time ago. Made it a long time ago. And yeah. Well, sorry about, not sorry, but appreciate y'all again. I know that was a very, 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 very talkative ending at the end of it. It's alright. That's just the framework I have and ecosystem, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, yeah, I don't think, yeah, you'll be right. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Alright, see you guys next time.